Oh yeah, you just love me, Janet, don't you? You just pull my tag, why don't you?
Peter.
Yeah, Peter.
Hey
No,
man,
okay,
I can't do impressions. But anyways, dude, Andrew Tate.
dude, bro.
What are your thoughts and takes on what when you first learned about Andrew Tate? What were your thoughts like when you first heard about him?
Until you start doing your research, honestly, let's talk about that. Until you start doing your research, he comes as this sexist, cocky motherfucker, right? And
I
honestly, if you,
mean,
yeah, he pretty much is, right?
a real prick. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
way like he just comes out of the blue and
like
he's just
a real
talking
douche, a real douche.
like he really was talking about owning women. You know what I mean? But then as he realized what he was really saying, he edged on and you got to know him and you got to hear more of what he actually said instead of just it's in pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, I can back most of it, but it's like, like,
Let
dude,
me lean away from it.
7 months ago, 8 months ago, Tate.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Like when
like,
he was
no.
first getting his name out there, he was just trying to approach like the young generation that don't understand, and that's why it veered away from all these entrepreneurs. But like once these people started getting into like his what is it called? That little group he does for people for men.
The university.
Yeah, his university. If you actually go inside and look at the stuff that's been open for people, it's literally all about making business, making money, bettering off yourself, how to live better, live longer. It's nothing about women, money, or anything like that. It's
Well,
about
what I
self
seen on it
improvement.
was like a pyramid schemes type situation or something. It was like
Yeah, there was
basically,
that too, like how to start up
yeah.
some companies like that.
Well,
And
it wasn't starting up the companies. It was promoting Tate. Like the entire thing was to start a YouTube channel and promote Tate as much as possible. And basically, that was your company. And like what they were trying to do was trying to get you to promote Tate, and you promoting Tate was supposed to get you followers. And it was just making him more and more and more widespread. Like he was a absolute genius. He got paid. People paid him to
hundreds of
spread him.
dollars.
Like $50. They paid him like $50, and then at one point it got to like $200 something or something like that. But like they were paying this guy to
Paying him
spread him
his own
around, right?
website, dude.
And like I was never a part of that. That's one thing it's
See,
one of
I
the
never
few things
paid
I
into
disagree
it.
with.
I just waited for people to start leaking this stuff, and it was just kind of funny. Uh,
I saw it coming. You know what I mean? Like I knew it wasn't going to be
wait,
what
when
he
he
was
posts
exactly
about being the
preaching.
most influential man, it's because people were really getting paid to do it. But he was also ripping them off. He was making money off of his followers.
Like he was making $50 off of someone who was making $150. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, he was, I mean, hey, good on him. He's smart. Good
Yeah, he's
job.
smart.
I mean, it's not illegal. They were getting money from it. They
No, they
were
were making money. He
technically
was just
making money off
making
of it.
3 times because once his views started going, but people started seeing his stuff, he's monetized on all of his platforms as long as it's not vulgar content.
I mean, he said he's a billionaire now. You know what I mean? At one point, and
What
then
in UK money?
well, UK money is a lot more than our money. But like he said, he was a
United
billionaire.
States.
Yeah, United States is a shitty currency.
Anyways, guys, we forgot this. This is the not so interesting podcast. This is Nick, and this is your boy
Draiden,
Draiden,
how are you doing? I
the
can't
lady
hear
man.
you. Don't answer that.
That's the lady man right there. No, I'm kidding. No, he's a slob.
I
You don't even know what
wish.
he looks like.
I'm fat. I weigh 280 pounds.
Yeah, but speaking of that, man, 285
Jeffrey Epstein
pounds.
isn't dead.
No, but what is it though? What is it? You said something about 285 pounds, right? You won't know, but the thing is, you really don't know how it is because let's talk about this. You set this resolution for yourself right at the end of every year to get better, get shape, figure out a new way of life. And a lot of people come into a slump, which is usually a month later in February, called the February slump. But there's also a couple months after that where people just start dying out. Do you have any opinions on that?
I'm going through it, and I gotta say, it's very true. What But anyway, so I mean, I think it's very true. I'm going through it right now. It's very difficult. It's not something that's really detrimental unless you let it be detrimental. If you take a couple of weeks off and then you get right back into it and then you stay with it from here, continue on. All right, you miss a couple of weeks, you will never gain them back. But the good thing is you got more weeks ahead of you. All right, so just keep going, get back into it, don't stop. Mind over matter. It's got to be a thing. All right, you got
Let's
to
hear
push
for that.
yourself mentally,
Let's
and
hear for that.
you gotta go. You gotta go.
That's some inspirational right there. Now, and I know you had said something the other day to me, and this was in private talk, but you were talking about micro habits, microing, going taking 1%, right?
One
And
percent a day is 365% a year.
yeah,
Jordan Peterson.
that's a great example. And I think everybody should know that. Um, you can't just jump into it and rush it. Your mind and your body works. It works fast, but it doesn't work as quick as you want it to, and you have to be patient. The ideal is to be
Patience is
patient and let
key.
it work.
When it, Part of philosophy is figuring out your own comprehension of things and the deeper meaning behind it. And that's usually typically why you see the more advanced people, and the more people at the top of the hierarchy in our life, they like paintings is because they have their own comprehension of the painting. And then, or they can see the reason behind the comprehension of the painter's painting, what the painter put into the painting, what his feelings were behind it, things like that. You know what I mean? And one of those aspects, really go behind being patient. When you're patient, the deeper meaning of it is you're gaining self control. What you
Mhm.
don't realize is that you stop acting on impulse and you start acting on taking a moment, taking a pause, and then acting in an efficient manner and for men a manly manner. And being a man is having self control and being able to take in things and actually slow it down and make it in your, because you're going to go every single day not knowing what's going to happen during the day. But whenever things pop up, you can still be in control of what's going on because you can sit there and take the mind in the matter and set yourself up for accomplishment. And that's part of having micromanaging skills.
Yeah, and I want to step back for a minute. You know how you were saying, yeah, take it slow. There's another saying, it's like you come in this world in diapers and you leave in this world in diapers. Not saying you're gonna get old and like have to wear diapers, but the
And Nick
goal
will.
is that you come in this world needing help and you leave this world usually needing help. Most of the time when you're about to be dying or you're old, you need a cane, you need a walker, you need assisteds, you need hearing aids, and all you're worried about is how can I make my better life now? How much can I do this? And you're always rushing and you lose out on that time, consumingness of it, and you're not taking in consideration that time is very valuable and live in the now and not in the future.
Prepare for the future, live in the now, don't live in the past.
Yes.
I
Don't
love
live in the
that. I
past
love
at
that
all.
because
That is
that's one of my
toxic.
favorite sayings. Is because listen, if you're living in the past right now, you're ruining your future because you're not taking the opportunities that are actually being presented in front of you because you're too busy soaking over the things that happened in the past and what you could have done better in the past. Like he said, time is valuable. Being an adult is learning how much time you have left and how valuable time really is because you're starting to see how fast it's starting to slip away because one day you were 16 and now you're 22, about to be 23, you know? So
Yeah. And on a
really, you got to
realistic,
catch reality. We got to wake up and realize reality's is here. It's happening now, and you're going to miss it if you just keep if you stay comfortable.
yeah, because like I can tell you now, we're only young. And this is for our younger audience as well as older people that just haven't figured it out or just don't know yet. Like I can remember a time, because if you don't know Drayden or this is your first time listening or have ever seen or heard of us, Drayden used to be in the Marines. I remember seeing this dude leave right after high school, man. And, a big difference of the 4.5, 5 years that, he was gone out of my life, it was like a snap of the finger. Like he was in and out, and I had moved, I had had a kid, I had gotten older, man, on the outside. And, that time that we had lost, it could be made up spending time with each other, talking to each other. And that's what people don't understand is that as long as you communicate, you can make up the time with that person as long as you value that time. If not, if you don't value the time, you don't value that person, it's just going to feel like
Make sure
time.
you understand to be mature about it. All right, like what he's really getting at is you need to be mature about the times coming up because
It gets
yeah,
rough.
we missed it, right, and we can make it up by hanging out and really talking to each other all the time. But it's the maturity of knowing that we're grinding for our own goals and we're our own individuals who have our own individualities and our own personality with whatever thought process we have because it's totally different. I have not even the same fingerprint as this guy, you know what I mean? So none of y'all do either. Just realize that you need to grind and really do it on your own and also make time for your friends because making time for your friends is what you need. Like when you die, you don't want to sit there and
It,
just think that only thing you had in life was a career.
and for you guys, that peaked in high school and whatever, peaked in college, like you think that that group, that area you're in, whether you're a gawk, you're a geek, you're an athlete, and whatever, that niche that you grew up, you think that's going to happen outside in the real world. I'm going to tell you right now, it's wrong, and you need to grow up. For one, and for two, it's not always going to be like that. You can have so many friends, more than your fingers and your toes combined, but once you leave, you're only going to end up with three on one hand, if that. And that's luckily the guy I'm speaking with, Draiden, on here, that my co-host is one of those significant others from high
Oh,
school.
co-host.
Yeah, co-host. Whatever. You know what I mean. He's been there for a long time, way
Nah,
before
fuck
high
this guy.
school. This guy, this guy right here. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's a long time ago, right?
Oh, man, we listen to Flow Rider.
Sexy, I know it. Uh
That's LMFAO.
see, guys, like this is what I'm talking about. We're all trying to be serious in this, but we can bring up memories because we have that and we valued that in that time. And yeah, that's main importance right
You're gonna
there.
realize that the more and more you live on in the future and you set your future goals and you set your tomorrow goals because tomorrow is going to happen faster than you think and then you need to make sure you're prepared for that next day. Every night I'm trying and every morning I try to write my day out and what the next day is going to be about, or I try to even review the day and see what I accomplished, what I need to accomplish, or what I should do better in, what I noticed something I did that I lacked in and I could do better in the next day. So I think really just as you get on, you start getting less depressed because instead of thinking of the bad past, you're going to start thinking more of the good memories. For instance, like we're trying to be serious, but all I can think of are good memories. You know what I mean? Like I really don't remember all the bad memories from, for the most part, I don't,
Yeah, and
and
that's any part of life,
at,
whether it had been our childhood, our friendship, just growing up. But I think I know what he's getting at too. It's like,
it's a resolution for yourself.
yeah, yeah.
As you're bettering yourself and you're really going out of your way, like you should set a goal every day to if you don't hang except for like 2 days. 2 days a week you should be by yourself. All right. 2 days a week you should be by yourself. And the rest of it you should be at least 1 hour to 2 hours a day hanging out with a friend or doing something with a friend.
Or
And the reason
family.
why or family, especially family,
Just
like
people that
be
are uplifting. And this
and
can be very serious about family. Some family, I'm going to say this, can be very draining.
toxic and they can be holding you back. But if you don't have family, you can have a friend, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes that sucks. But hey, it's getting out there and having a supportive person like Nick was getting at. Having a supportive person is really what you want. You want someone who's
Not all
supportive
families
and
blood.
And even support could be literally just making you laugh and getting you out of a bad spot for a moment. And that could lead to inspiration. If you get into a moment where you're laughing, you could think, more positive thoughts at that time. And all of a sudden you think of a way to get around something you've been struggling with for the past week or two. You know what I mean? Like
Amen.
it's
And
1% a day.
this is another thing for like just young people, even our generation, my generation. A lot of people, we grew up with technology, and we were grown into these gurus of how to live your life. If you live your life like this, you'll be happy, you'll be healthy. Some people, if you were to follow their lifestyle, you can be miserable because it does not benefit you, for one, and for two, is not your way. You have to be able to set your own goals and ways, and how Drayden does,
Exactly.
how every morning or every night he sets a realistic thing for the next day he wants to accomplish that he couldn't accomplish for that day, or think of that for that day. You have to
And
think
realistic
the
is
day
like
at.
making sure you put 110% in at work. You know what I mean? Like every single day you go to work, you want to put in more. And the reason why you want to put in more at work is because that's going to reflect on when you do your own thing. Because you're going to want you get it may suck and you may not be happy doing it, but I promise you it reflects on the things that you want to do. And because when you want to do it and you put 110% on it, you're going to have the energy to do it because you already been making yourself more energetic by doing more. Like it's all a process, it's literally a step at a time. You start realizing as you're building these habits
Mhm.
too, like literally when a month goes by and you have these habits, you're going to notice that you kind of don't remember the last time you had a bad thought. And the reason why is because you're sitting there and you're progressing yourself. And then you notice these habits comes more fluently. And you notice that you want the habit. You it becomes an addiction. And it's like a new Nick. And
A new
it's
Drayden. It's just a new you, you know what I mean? Like it's a new feeling. Like for me personally, I know there's like a lot of gurus that go about this, but like going to work and working more, and say, because I have a physical job, so
mhm.
me seeing that I'm losing weight by doing that and actually going to do something afterwards to help that too, I feel confident for myself, because for a little while I was not the weight that I wanted to be, and I've went down. It's still a
Let
process
me
for
ask you
me.
something about that then. Does your meals now do they feel more rewarded?
Yeah, I feel like I've worked for it, like, and honest to God, to everybody that's is listening or whatever, your food tastes different. You value the food that you have, that you put into your body
You're
when
going to
you're
eat slower too. Like it makes
yes.
you eat slower. And I'm someone I was in the military, like I said earlier. I eat fast, but it's whenever I do something and then I eat, I'm enjoying it. I've already did
You can
something. I
also
can
get
kind of
full quicker
you
too.
can relax. You know what I mean? You're able to relax and you're able to sit there and actually enjoy your food, like he was saying. It literally is so much more rewardful.
It's rewarding, especially
That's
like,
building dopamine right there.
yeah, especially like, say, my favorite fruit is watermelon. Like, just a good watermelon tastes different from like a rushed watermelon. Like that watermelon, even if it's a little dry, it's not good, because you're thinking, "Oh, I just got to finish this. It's just a snack." Well, then you're taking your time. It's like, "Oh, this is juicy. This is nice. I taste all the flavors of watermelon." Like you honestly, you don't know about that until you actually sit down and start realizing. And it takes a minute. It really does take a minute to really comprehend what's going on. And people start saying, "Oh, you look slimmer, you look better, you're starting to smell good." It's because you're having more of the confidence in yourself.
As you're doing it, you notice that like if you have not very good hygiene or you don't feel like taking care of yourself, like you said a minute ago, like you smell better, you
How
start
you
noticing that
uphold yourself.
you start holding yourself to a standard. You're like, hey, why are my teeth white? And then like that's my thing. Like I can't stand that my teeth have a yellow tint to them. And I mean, peroxide twice a day. I brush them 2 to 3 times a day. You know what I mean? And they're getting better. When I was in the military, it was bad. I was brushing them like once a day. I was so miserable. I
Yeah,
was so
and
miserable.
you know it's a way of how you live your life. You know, I work long hours, but I make sure I at least take my shower, I brush my teeth. I comprehend to if I'm home early, then I try to cook. If I can't, my partner cooks, and vice versa. But get into that
Right.
habit. It's great. It's honestly rewarding. Um, but it's not gonna come easy. It's not gonna come quick. You can't just listen to us and go jump right at it because
And
it
look,
doesn't
jumping
take
right
that
at
way.
it, don't take us wrong. Jumping right at it, it's not a bad thing. Just know that you're probably going to burn yourself out quicker. Jumping right
Yes.
at it, uh, really going into it and easing your way into it is great.
Yeah,
Jumping right
try it
at
out.
it,
Try it out once a
if
week.
you're that kind of person who can just jump right at things and pick it up, do it. You know what I mean? But if you feel like you're going down, you're burning out, remember you set your own pace. All right. And if you don't stick to it, that's on you. Don't blame us for it.
Yeah, don't. You can't sue us. All right.
You can blame Nick, not me
Okay, okay.
though.
Maybe
I'll blame
you
Nick
can
for
blame me this
everything.
time.
I'll blame Nick for
Um,
everything.
Not for real, but take that advice or leave it. You know what I mean? Just
I
it's
was trying to
with
buy a
about.
dog the other day, and the person they backed out. I blame Nick for it. It was Nick's fault.
Okay, it's all my fault. Everybody that's listening, it's my fault. Okay, if you back out, you suck.
You heard it here
No,
first.
actually, you know what? You should have done better. You shouldn't have listened to me. You should have just went and did it, and lived your life. But anyways, yeah, that's all we really have on that one. Drayden, anything else that you have like on your mind you want to share today?
Dude, man,
It's a
FB,
lot, huh?
FBGM, bro. That's all I gotta say.
All I gotta do is live life, man.
Las Vegas.
We can talk. Okay, we can talk about that right now,
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about NFL, bro. Let's talk about NFL.
dude.
All
That
right.
is Sunday.
Hey,
This Sunday,
I've been
bro.
having a prediction. I've been having a prediction that
Who?
Lamar Jackson he's going to the Rams. I'm not Rams. He's going to the Raiders. Aaron Rodgers. I've been saying that he's going to go to Miami all year long. Ever since Tua got hurt.
But
R.I.P. Tua. Um, he brain dead. Poor boy. Uh,
it's alright. It's alright. He's cool.
yeah. I can see the Saints getting
I
possibly Russell Wilson. I wouldn't wish it upon them, but they probably will.
no. I don't. Dude, we are both from Louisiana, and I do not wish anybody goes to the Saints. The Saints suck. I don't care. Anybody that listens to the Saints suck so bad. They can go back to when they lost so badly and put bags back over their head. Okay. That's in our Louisiana history books. If you are from Louisiana, you learn about that game and how bad it was for Louisiana. That we wore sacks, potato sacks, and lunch bag sacks on our heads.
We had a kicker who was paid off for an entire career at the Saints to just not make a field goal. All right.
Who's your predictions for winning? I am saying that with a
Well,
chance, because I know the
because
Sea
the
Chickens have
Chiefs,
done it. I'm saying the
because the
Chiefs.
Chiefs were leaked to win in the prediction, I think the Eagles are going to win
I I say this because they have won before.
against
They
Tom
have a
Brady.
great quarterback.
They won
Good.
against Tom Brady. All right, let's not forget who they beat.
Let's not forget, okay, the one that's
Like the guy
retiring
that's
and just
that the guy to beat in the Super Bowl, like they beat. You know what I mean? Like, and this is the guy to beat Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not an Eagles fan. If Philadelphia can just go burning in the
Sea
hell's
Chickens, bro.
pit.
They can go somewhere else, bro. Yeah, they can go waddle themselves away. I don't like when it comes to the NFL. I don't pick teams. I go by stats, but like honest to God, I feel like maybe the Chiefs have their final, and unless Mahomes' brother messes it all up. But we're not going to talk about that.
Dude.
That boy has
Let's
bad
talk about next year. Like, what do you see on
next
next year
year.
prediction? Because, like, honestly, no one even cares about the Super Bowl right now, bro.
No, honestly, no, not really,
Nobody's happy about it, and nobody's happy about who's in the Super Bowl.
dude. I
Everyone
would
wanted
hope.
Cincinnati.
I would I think Dallas might come back up a little bit. I know they're
I don't
always
think
going to get
so.
midway. They're going to get midway. You already
I
know
heard
that.
Zeke's taking a drop in his contract so they can get more people.
Isn't but there was a rumor before. I think did Odell sign back to the Giants.
No, that was just a thing. I don't think
Okay,
he said way back in the day he never wants to go back to the Giants. I think he's going to go to Buffalo.
no, no, no. There has been rumored because they are willing to pay him a higher offer, and
Like,
they
here's the
said
thing
it
though,
at
there's such
Dallas.
an
Dallas
insane
wants him.
tax.
I know they
There's an
want to sign
insane
him with
tax.
so much money, but he's like, "I'll
Dallas
listen. I'll
Dallas
think about it."
didn't want him. Dallas
No,
didn't
but
want
they
him. They
want him
said
now. That like, hold on. Let me go to the article.
because Jerry Jones literally said he did not want Odell Beckham.
But who was it that spoke? So December 11th of last year, media hasn't let go of the idea of June, but either has Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones wants him to sign, but
Jerry Jones going
that
back on his word as usual.
he's gonna bite in the dust. But like he's a free agent.
I mean, I think Odell should just retire.
Him, Zeke, Dak, bro. Dak should just go. I'm sorry. I know he's from our hometown, but sorry. You can go somewhere else.
You say you don't want nobody to hate us. You should take that out.
Okay, guys. I
Can't put that
can
in.
sit and watch a lot of Dallas games, even though I
No,
don't
bro, you should
care.
just take that whole skit right there out. You
No,
should
bro,
edit
I can sit and watch
that.
the Dallas games and be happy.
I'm
Okay,
talking about the Dak part.
nah, I'll stay that there. No, no, he's not Tom Brady, bro.
Yeah, but dude,
If you were to go insult that man, yeah,
you're from
we would have
Louisiana. You're
problems.
insulting Dak, bro. You're
I don't.
insulting
I'm in
their.
Texas,
You're
bro.
insulting.
I'm in Texas.
It, like
Where we lived is basically Texas, Texarkana. Okay. But anyways, guys, I think that's a wrap on here. Any last things for Drayden? Actually, we don't really care. But I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Drayden. Got anything last to say to people?
yeah. If y'all didn't know this, James is a bitch.
That's not my name. It's Nick. Anyways,
Hey,
thank you
my
guys
name
for
is
listening.
Nicholas. This
This
is
is
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Got
Got
mad,
mad, got
got
me
me
money.
money, and it is deliciousness.
All right, that's all, guys. Goodbye.